It's the E-Commerce Minute, your daily dose of e-commerce, tech, and retail news with your hosts, Bart Mraz and John Suter. The E-Commerce Minute is a production of Sumo Heavy, a digital commerce consulting firm in Brooklyn, New York, and Philadelphia. Find us on the web at sumoheavy.com. This episode is brought to you by SendPro Online from Pitney Bowes. Save time and money no matter what you ship or mail with SendPro Online software. Print shipping labels and stamps right from your desk and access discounted rates for as low as $4.99 a month. Try it free for 30 days and get a free 10-pound scale when you visit pb.com/minute. That's pb.com/minute. Experience the better way to ship with a free trial of SendPro Online from Pitney Bowes. It's the E-Commerce Minute, episode 466.
In today's episode, Walmart unveils first intelligent lab store.
Walmart has unveiled the new store of the future, which will serve as a testing ground for new technologies. The store concept is called the Intelligent Retail Lab, or IRL for short, featuring AI-enabled cameras and interactive displays. The store operates out of a Walmart neighborhood market in Levittown, New York, which happens to be one of their busiest neighborhood market locations. The store contains more than 30,000 items, which allow it to test out the technology in a real-world environment. Like Amazon Go, the store features a slew of ceiling-mounted cameras. IRL has 1,500 AI-enabled cameras, which include typical cameras and 3D depth sensing cameras, and 100 data processors, as well as an array of weight-measuring sensors. But unlike the Amazon Go concept, IRL will use the cameras to monitor inventory and store activity, but not to let customers check out. For example, the cameras will monitor inventory levels to determine if staff needs to bring out more meat from backroom refrigerators to restock the shelves, or if some fresh items have been sitting too long on the shelf and need to be pulled. The concept is that the AI will help the store associates know more precisely where and when to restock products, which in turn means customers will know produce and meat is always fresh and in stock when they arrive. For store associates, the system allows them to stop constantly walking the store to replace inventory. Instead, they'll know what to bring out from the back room before the doors even open to customers that day. The IRL store, as we said, will not be cashierless and will be staffed by more than 100 employees. Unlike the Go stores, Walmart's store is much bigger, clocking in at 50,000 square feet. Walmart placed the IRL within the Levittown location due to the store's high traffic concentration. While there are no plans to duplicate the lab environment anywhere else, Walmart anticipates sharing the store's key findings and developments across other locations in the future. IRL is a concept designed by Walmart's tech incubator, Store Number 8, which runs several ventures to test new ideas in retail, many of which we reported on, including the personal shopping service called Code 8 in New York City. Walmart IRL.
Oh,
This store is really cool looking.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's I think it's bigger than the Go store, right?
Yeah, much bigger.
Much bigger. They're trying
Go is a grab and go. This is more like a supermarket.
Huh. Yeah, this is gonna be interesting. I mean, I've heard about it. Like, obviously, they're putting it out there. It's interesting. They're putting it in Long Island. We need to take a trip there.
Yeah, definitely. Because we found a video online. There was one of the people involved in the project. He did a little intro video. This store is really beautiful. And what they've done, they made the technology transparent. So we'll give you a couple of things. There's so much data being processed, and you see in the video, there's literally like cameras. Like when you look up in the ceiling of a grocery store, you see the lights and all the support beams and things like that. On the support beams, there's literally a camera like every 2 feet. So I guess what they did is they basically said, look, people are going to be a little weird about this. Let's bring them into the experience. So if you look at the back of the store is all glass, and you see all the servers in there. And of course, it's got the nice soothing blue blinking lights and things like that. There's a bunch
they're soothing?
Very well. It depends on what side of that glass you're on. But there's a bunch of interactive displays that basically, I guess, would tell you, okay, this is what's happening in the store. There's a neat little screen that you walk in front of, and as you walk by, your silhouette covers up whatever is on the screen. And there's a lot. They make it fun. They've designed a special logo for the store. And they have a lot of branding that's very specific just for the IRL. Now, they're not rolling it out to different places, but I understand what they're doing is they're saying, you are in a test environment, but don't let the tech scare you.
Yeah, I mean, for them, obviously, it's all testing. It's figure out if this works, if it's good for them. I think it's going to be great for them. I mean, they're from doing this for a while. I mean, doing obviously our podcast and the consulting and e-commerce space, we know that Walmart has amazing e-commerce sort of labs and technology. From the other side, I think if you're a consumer, you have no idea.
Yeah, you have no idea.
I mean?
I think this kind of lifts the veil a little bit, but in a fun way.
Right.
Here's a neat thing about this. They actually built, the store was already operational. It wasn't a store that they built from the ground up. They have these Walmart neighborhood market.
Mm-hmm.
This was an existing store in Levittown in New York. They picked this one based on it because there's a lot of traffic. They did not shut this store down for one day to put all this gear in there.
They just kept on putting it in.
They just kept putting it in. They never closed the store one day, which is pretty amazing. So there's the one thing is, and I'm sure people would say this right away, where it's like, oh, they're capturing all this data. What is happening with this data? Well, the data is basically when you're talking about AI, the AI is learning. So, for instance, they flipped the switch on this store in October and just basically let the cameras learn what was going on. They didn't actually start using the tech itself until January. So they were collecting all this data. But again, talking about the privacy aspect of it, Walmart says the data is only stored for less than a week. So they're not saying, oh, here's Joe, the customer, he's coming into the store. They're saying, here's a typical customer walking up and he's standing in front of the meat section for a minute and a half and he's looking this way and he's looking that way. That's all they're doing there. They're not following you around the store.
Yeah.
So people need to be less concerned about that. I mean, there's plenty of other things to worry about in this environment right now, but this is not something that you really need to worry about. And we're going to do stat time. The cameras and other sensors in the store pump out 1.6 terabytes. That's terabytes of data per second. If you think that sounds big, if it's just kind of a weird number floating in the sky, 1.6 terabytes is the equivalent of 3 years worth of music, which is pretty incredible. So as we said, there's a big data center on site, glass encased, bathed in blue light on display for the customers. And one more stat, all this tech connected required 150,000 feet of cabling. So if you know how big Mount Everest is, it's like several Mount Everests like stacked on top of each other if you need some kind of visual. And that's all goes to that big, beautiful blue data center sitting in the back of the store. Pretty cool. So we're hoping we're going to take a trip up there, I think.
Yes, we will. We will take some questions from the field.
Yeah, it should be pretty cool. All right, but now I'm going to tell you about today's sponsor, SendPro Online from Pitney Bowes, our old friends Pitney Bowes. Stop wasting time waiting in line to send mail and packages. Avoid all that confusion trying to find the best postal rates for your business. With SendPro Online for Pitney Bowes, you can send packages and mail without leaving your office, right from your desk, for as low as $4.99 per month. You'll save time and money no matter what you send, from letters, packages, overnights. And listen, it's only $4.99 a month. And from $4.99 a month, you can print shipping labels and stamps right from your own printer. Easily compare rates using online software. No more compact discs or CDs or any crazy stuff like that. It's all in the cloud. Gain access to special USPS savings for letters and priority mail shipping. Plus, as I always say, you can track your shipments and get email notifications when they arrive, because you can mail something, but if you don't know if it got there, what's the point? And for being a loyal e-commerce minute listener, you receive a free 30-day trial to get started. As an added bonus, you'll receive a free 10-pound scale shipped right to your door to help you accurately weigh your packages. So folks, listen, go to pb.com/minute to access this special offer and get a free 30-day trial plus a free 10-pound scale to get started. That's pb.com/minute. Experience the better way to ship with a free trial of SendPro Online from Pitney Bowes. Any closing thoughts on the Walmart IRL store concept?
In real life? Ooh.
In real life. You take a selfie at the IRL.
I wonder how fast people are going to try to hack the thing.
You know, I for as much buzz as Amazon Go got for their concept, I think this kind of blows it out of the water. Gee, I mean, this is the more I read into this. This is really incredible. You know, we just talked about the meat thing, because it's like, okay, the meat's gone. Oh, Jerry put some more meat back on the shelf. But think about this: the tiny function of just tracking a single piece of inventory can have a big effect on the customer experience. So you go to Walmart, you go for the chicken breasts, they're not there. You walk out of the store, Walmart loses a sale. You wasted your time. Everybody's PO'd. You multiply that across 30,000 products in the store, and it begins to scale up. And you have to realize it's like, this makes total sense. I mean, it costs a lot of money. Not every supermarket is going to be able to do this. But when you think about this is going to impact their bottom line in such a meaningful way. Not right now, but in the future. And I think this is pretty impressive.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting. I mean, it's also a fight against Amazon, right?
Absolutely. You know that this was just like, up, we got to do this too. But how can we do this in a way that's not exactly the same? And I think as mission accomplished. And like I said, we need to take a road trip up there because the place looks pretty cool. How nerdy are we that we're taking a road trip to a grocery store?
We will
Anyway.
report from the field.
We'll report from the field with our mouths full. All right, that's your e-commerce minute for today. We'll see you on the internet tomorrow. That's it for today's show. If you like the show, do us a favor and subscribe or leave us a review on iTunes. And don't forget, you can now listen to the e-commerce minute on your Amazon device. Just add e-commerce minute to your flash briefing. And finally, if you have a comment or suggestion or just want to say hi, find us on social media at Sumo Heavy.